Let's get our vocabulary word book. Have we done day 13? Have we done 13? So we're doing only 14, so one unit for today. So we're gonna take turns to do it. We're doing day 14. I'll start. I'll go first. Okay? I'll do number 1. And buddy, you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then it comes back to Kelvin's. So please practice what to say right now before it gets to your turn. So we don't waste time. Okay? Number 1, reptile. Most reptiles are cold-blooded and they crawl on the ground. Most reptiles are cold-blooded animals and they crawl on the ground. Number 2, twinkle.
Twinkle, 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 little star is the song which is your know.
Good. Twinkle, twinkle, little star is a song which young people learn when they are young. Number 3.
Brace. My friend is good at playing brace.
Press. Okay, next. Directive.
Directive. I don't like others' directive.
Good. I don't like taking others' directive. Okay. Hesitate.
I like radiator and
Good. Dissatisfied.
I am satisfied with this application.
I'm dissatisfied by this application. Okay, next. Notion.
To understand others' emotion is difficult.
To understand others' notion is difficult. That's a very brilliant one. Object. Okay, offend.
Try not to offend your friend.
Okay, orally. Oral is like speaking. So when you say oral test, you say speaking test. So you either use oral test or speaking test. So when you say oral contract or making agreement with someone orally means you just made a promise by word. Okay, word promise. But when you say making a contract by paper means you have to sign a document. Okay? There are 2 types of contract, oral contract and paper contract. Okay? So oral just means verbal word, speaking. Okay? Alright, next, orally.
Taking oral test makes me nervous.
Taking oral test makes me nervous. Okay, sequence. There's been a repeated sequential event that shows that the coronavirus is on a high rise from different countries. That is why the South Korean government has placed a ban on foreigners who travel out of Korea right now. They don't have permission to come back to Korea until the end of coronavirus. Alright, next.
Workable. In the Joseon Dynasty, there is a man who work about.
In Joseon Dynasty, there are men who always walk about. Okay, overuse.
You shouldn't overuse drugs.
You shouldn't overuse drugs. Good. Infant.
Infant. Everyone is lovely when they are infant.
That's right. Especially Korean kids. They're so cute when they're infant. Okay, next. Call.
How is a symbol of death?
Calls are symbols of death. Okay? Absorption.
How much is the next shop?
That's That's right. Comparison.
I hate someone who makes comparison with others.
Good. I hate someone comparing me with others. Eternity.
Most of those in the movies are part of eternity.
Most of. Say it again. Say it loudly a little bit.
Most of the ones in movies are after eternity.
Okay. Insulation.
These clothes insulate heat and water.
Okay. Pose.
I post for photography.
Good. Advertisement. One of the best ways to sell your product faster and quicker and to let people know about what you do is through advertisement. Okay? Next, extinguish.
Human human have been distinguished from chimpanzees.
Women was extinguished from chimpanzee. That's the law of about a scientific man called Charles Darwin. Okay, Charles Darwin said human being came out from chimpanzee. Okay, next. Prevention. Mhm.
Sorry.
You forgot. Prevention. So you can just use the word prevent. Wearing mask helps to prevent people from catching coronavirus. Use another one. Wait, Tarango. Another one. Use sunglasses or eyeglasses. Okay. Use it to prevent, make a sentence.
Prophylaxis is prevention eyes.
The glasses help people to prevent their eyes from damage. Okay, wearing glasses helps people to prevent their eyes from damage. Okay, next.
Analog.
Analog. You know what analog is? Okay,
My brother and me have analog.
have analog thinking. Analog. Like, Kelvin teacher is 100% analog. I hate computers. I don't like using phones a lot. I don't like. I am analog, in fact. I don't know how to turn on the TV in my house. So I say to my 4-year-old son, please help me turn the TV on. Chicha. He is so good. He knows how to go to YouTube. He knows how to play things on. He knows everything with the remote. But I don't know how to. I don't know how to turn on. If I want to watch maybe soccer, I tell the little boy, please, can you what to say? He knows better than I do. So I am analog. Okay? So some people it's two. There are two kind of people, digital age people and analog people. Analog people hate everything about computers and those kind of things. They don't do it. Not like if you give me a computer, I cannot do something. No. But I am not good at it. Okay? Alright, next.
Teenagers have also asked about their school that is full of
Applicable. Okay. Counter react. Okay. Craft. You have a crafty, or he has a craft. location?
When you download, please tell us the exact location of your house.
Okay, Russia. Okay, maybe let's do 15 also. Okay, or do you want us to just do one? Huh? Okay, let's just do one. You want to do more? No? Okay. One is enough. Next time. It's okay. Don't get stressed. Okay, guys. Today we're going to be doing we're going to study a little differently, okay? Open your books to topic 4 and read out the topic. What does it say? I can't hear you. Everyone, let's read it out together. 1, 2, go. Good. So we're not taking the second sentence. How was your solo? We haven't had solo yet, right? Sol now. They made a mistake in that. Sol now. That's what they wanted to write. So we are gonna talk about what are your plans. What are your plans for Sol now? But for this topic, we're gonna do a quick research. So please grab your phone. You're going to do a quick research on the history of Solna. History of Solna. Oh, my God. So do a quick research on the history of Lunar New Year. Why do people celebrate it? Why do people celebrate Lunar New Year? Okay. And what do people do? What do people do on the New Year? Okay. So you have, yeah. I can give you mine. You want to use? Oh, I'm using mine to record. Hang on. I'll give you my tab. So make a little research and then get the key point. You don't have to write a lot. Just get a key point and write it down in your book. Okay? 2 points. Just 2 unique points from these 3 search. Just two is enough. 2 unique points. What do people do on Solar? Yes. Why do people celebrate Solar? Better. Just a moment. I think it's trying to break the internet. So let's do a quick search and write down. Yeah, write it there. Here or here, anyway. In English. So just make a quick research. Get 3 or 2 basic information and write down here. you finish the research, please answer your warm-up questions. And then kindly write the vocabs. After your research, please write down the warm-up question and the vocabulary. And then let's do discussion after that. you finish up your warm up, we're going to do your research and your warm up response right now. Research section and your warm up section. Oh, sorry. I'm too big to stand there. So let's do it. What did your research? What did you find in your research and your warm up? What did you find in your research questions about Sunnah? You don't find anything? Okay. Read your warm up question. Ritual.
the history of Lunar New Year and life history from this period.
Mhm.
I could find the five physical celebrations in China, especially with traditional food, and we also consider reason to tourism, and they return to their homeland to pay respect to their ancestors
Mhm.
in terms of food and also with their communication.
One more.
Our family usually to use English,
Mhm.
and I prefer use Japanese with my grandparents.
Mhm.
And I'm looking forward to this holiday because I can meet my grandparents that I love.
Mhm. Food.
My family usually eat pasta
Mhm.
and
What is pasocha?
mushroom beans, fried mushroom with egg.
With egg? Oh, really? I haven't had that before. I want to try it. So they put mushroom inside of the egg and fry it. It tastes very good. Maybe I'm gonna try it tonight when I get home. Mhm. Is that all? Okay. Yes.
Hi, today Tuesday.
Mhm.
The reason why people celebrate Halloween is to welcome the new year with joy. And in Changnan, people eat apple and honey as memorial service for ancestors. And in Shanghai, our family holds a memorial service, and I am looking forward to this holiday because I can eat delicious food. And at this time, our family usually eat apple.
Okay. Good. Okay, good. Good job. All right. So, your research were all valid, and yeah. So I'm gonna speak a little bit on that, and then we will round up. The Lunar New Year, I think it was dated in the ancient Chinese ages. Okay, it's an ancient Chinese kind of culture. So it's an ancient Chinese culture where um, a lot of days are set aside according to the lunar calendar. And of course, you know that the lunar calendar and the normal calendar doesn't work the same. Okay, just like you all know that a few days before today. Today is what's today's day again? Today is 19th or something, huh? Today is the 19th of January. 19 days before, we all said Happy New Year. Okay? That's the normal calendar. Okay? Lunar calendar is a total new kind of calendar. I don't know, or total old kind of calendar, that the Chinese Asian people use. So this New Year in China, I think, they celebrate it for up to more than 20 days or 21 days, something like that. It's long. They have a very long holiday. In fact, I heard from people who live in China that this New Year is the longest holiday in the world. This Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, is the longest in the world. And sometimes I do shop online. I shop in Chinese stores. Okay, I buy some stuff from Chinese stores. At this time, when you want to shop online on Chinese stores, they will tell you we will be closed soon. The whole Chinese will be closed down. People close down their businesses. The government parastatals shut down just because of this holiday. So it's a big one in China. Okay, they hold it on a very high esteem. They hold it very dearly. All right, and then of course the Lunar New Year is also extended to Korea. But before I go on, when is April in lunar calendar? Do they have April, like do they have January, February, just like we have in normal calendar or so? Do they have? You don't know? Okay. I really want to learn. I want to learn about the lunar calendar because I want to check when is my birthday in the lunar calendar. I want to know when my birthday falls into. All right. So, these are what the Chinese people celebrate, and then the same celebration is imbibed by South Koreans. It's imbibed by North Koreans. It's imbibed by the Japanese, and so many of these countries that are inter-habitual, like they live almost, there is no much boundaries between Korea and North and Japan. They are very close countries, okay, and China. So they all hold this Lunar New Year. I don't know about other Asian countries, I'm not sure, but these countries I mentioned are the countries I know very well that they celebrate it. So, why do people celebrate? Of course, it's a new year, like the foreigners or anyone else do in January 1st. Okay, we all gather together happily, sing, do some worship. But the foreigners worship God, but the lunar, they worship, or they do yebe. Yebe is like worship to the ancestors. That's like the rich ones, okay? So, but the foreigners, on the other hand, on January 1st, worship God, saying thank you for taking us from the previous year and bringing us into the new year, okay? So that's what it is. So that's why people celebrate it. So it's a huge one. It's a time people set goals for themselves, set targets for themselves. It's if they're business people, wish families well, wish people well who are people who have to study at school. Their parents and their family members wish them to have more wisdom to study. People who do businesses, they wish them well to succeed in their business and all of that. So these are the things, these are the reason why people celebrate it. And then what do people do? Of course, it's a relaxation time where people have chances and opportunities to meet with their families and their uncles, their aunts. They meet with cousins, nephews, nieces, and everyone, right? And then it's a time of relaxation. No one is under pressure to study. No one is under pressure to do anything. And most times, these people, we get to meet them just once in a year. And it's on this holiday that we get to meet them. Alright? So it's a special time where when you meet them, you do some bowing down and you get some money in response. So it's a huge celebration. Okay? It's a very huge celebration. That's what people do on that day. And then people play fun games like Yunori and Pansori and all of that. Alright? People play those kind of games and they eat delicious food. So that's what the New Year, the Lunar New Year is all about. That's an introduction and summary of everything you research. Let's go to the vocabularies. What is the first one? Tradition. Let's read it out. Let's read it out, everyone. Want to go? The transmission. Good. The transmission of customs or belief from generation to generation. I'll give you a good example of what tradition is. Using a very simple example. When we get back home on daily basis, what do? We take off our shoes at the door, right? Do we wear shoes inside? No. Did anyone teach you to take off your shoes? No. So when we were born, we saw that it was a tradition that our parents kept. When we all go outside and come in, they take off their shoes. So we started taking off our shoes, right? And do some people do it in Korea? No, everyone does it. How did we learn to do it? It was something that our fourth generation or fifth generation or seventh generation fathers did. And then they passed it on and on and on onto this generation. Mind you, in the fourth, fifth generation in Korea, the tiles, there were no this kind of floor. The floors were dirty. There was sand all over the places. So people's legs usually get dirty. But do our shoe get dirty now? No. But does the tradition still hold? Yes. Why? Because our forefathers passed it on to our grandfathers. Our grandfathers passed it on to our fathers. Our fathers has passed it on to us. And then we are going to pass the same thing on to our children, and the tradition continues, right? So that's what it says, the transmission, something that transmits from the previous generation to this generation, and it continues, okay? It keeps going. So, have you ever thought about why do people take off shoes? Yet, our home gets dirty. Even after taking off shoes and walking into the house. Does it make the home clean? No. We still have to clean the floor. We still have to vacuum the floor. And yeah, material. So where is that dirty? Where is it coming from? Yet we take off our shoes outside of the door. Okay? So that's what we have to, these are the questions we have to answer. But you don't have to bother yourself about that. This is what tradition does. Okay? So it moves from one generation to another. The second one is what? Holiday. Let's read it out loud together. Okay? What is holiday? When no work. Good. The word festivity is coming from the word festival. Okay? So it's a day of festival. Of course, you know what festival is. It's a day of ceremony. Okay? And recreation there means relaxation. Okay, relaxation. So of course, you know, during this season, no one pushes you to do your homework. No one pushes you to go to PJ and study. In fact, if you come to PJ, you will see nobody. Because everyone is relaxing. Even if you don't have to go to your grandparents' house, you have to take a break for yourself. You have to relax. You have to eat food, sleep, play games, watch movies, do something. Just do something with your family. Your parents don't go to work. Your father stays home. Your mother stays home. Everyone stays home, right? So holidays are days of festivities and recreation when no work is